I'm from Cleveland.com. I'm here with Pooh Gutta on the landline. What's happening, man?
What's poppin'?
So let's get into a couple things. Actually, like I wanted to, as a fan, I want to get into a bit of the history and how you got started, because I've never really heard that story.
Right.
And we have a lot of things to touch on, because I also saw an article, you know, in Scene magazine, kind of detailing the history of like the Cleveland music scene, and during the time those conversations were going on, you know, your career got mentioned. Like you're a Cleveland icon, man.
Right.
How's that feel?
It don't even feel real though, for real. Cause like coming from the whole thing, like starting a whole new wave after like when Bone was like made the whole sound and everything for us, shit was crazy.
So how did you get your start in music originally?
Basically, like it was this club back in the day called the Q5 and the Civ, and I used to battle rap like when that was big, you know what I'm saying? So like a lot of these people got it easy. Like they ain't had to go through the steps. Like you had to build your career back in the day. Like you had to battle rap, then you gotta go to the studio, then you make a record and push it. Now you can just throw something out and you win the game. So like I built it up through the streets and just battle rapping for real.
Wow. So you were originally a battle rapper?
Yeah.
What was the scene like for that back then, and how is it different now?
Man, it was going, cause like, man, I seen battle rap in a lot of careers. Like your career be over like that night. You lose it, you're done. It's like you're done. Like you ain't have a chance. Like Chip was like my dude. Like it was one time like me and Chip, like we had so much respect for each other. It was a tournament like where everybody got to like compete, and it was me and Chip the last one, and we and Chip just rocked out, did a freestyle in the crowd. We didn't even battle each other.
That's dope. So that's like the ultimate respect right there. So instead of like, you know, wash one of each other out, you were just like, let's just do this.
Yeah, because we was hiding the whole time. Like me and Chip gonna win this regardless. One of us gonna win, but just so happened we ended up just the last two.
Wow. So how did you originally meet Chip? Was it through battling?
Yep.
Wow.
And then like, you know, neighborhood, everybody just talking about him like this kid hot. Like, oh yeah, he hard.
And what was it like back then? Like, this isn't pre-internet, but it's kind of around the time where like the
right before MySpace.
Okay, so it's not, the internet wasn't what it is now.
No.
And artists still kind of had to like go out and like sell mixtapes, that kind of deal.
Yeah.
And so is that what you did originally?
Yeah, I was just like I did my first tape, whatever. It was a diss record I made about the whole school. I'm telling about what girl did this. I got expelled for 10 days for it too though. Like then I came back and another song came. I got another 10 days. So I'm like, I'm getting expelled for stuff that I ain't doing in school. Yeah. I used to put them on. I used to burn my songs on every computer when we had like computer rooms and just promote myself for real. Just the diss record, dissing everybody. I ain't like fighting them right after school. Like we here.
Then it started going viral before viral was really a thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow, that's crazy. So how did that turn into a career? Like, you know, all the battling and making music like that.
Like you said, the CD I had put out, it was like my guys, like it was a clique we started called The Firm. Like back when East Cleveland was big on gang banging, like it was either red or blue. Like, and I would never into that. Like I'm gonna wear whatever the fuck color I want. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So like it was a group of us. We came together and I put out a CD called The Firm. My dudes, a lot of us didn't even rap. I just was putting them on the tape. Like I do right now to this day. I just put them on the tape, put the CD out, and they just caught.
Wow. Off
a song called Firm and This Bitch off the Knuckin' You Buck beat, and just went crazy.
And so what happened after that? You had a couple more hits with your friends and you just started getting some clout off that?
Yeah, it was me. And then my homie Breeze, he was in ABM Officials. Like, this is my guy. Like, so the songs was going, they had got big. So then, like, I'm running East Cleveland around this time. So then it's like I started doing, I'm still battle rapping too. Like I'm really literally battle rapping for $100 a week. Like to buy tennis shoes every week. I was doing that to make sure I had money for tennis shoes every week. And then after that, it was like Fat Al, and everybody from Royalty was like, before it was Royalty, Al was from the Slab, and he had his name buzzing. So everybody's like, man, y'all should do a song together. I'm like, man, I'm not doing no song with that kid, man. Like he was making songs like I got fries on it. I'm rapping real street shit, but I'm like, he was hard. He was buzzing. Yeah. So that's how it worked out.
What was it about his sound? It was like I think I heard it described as like cap rap back in the day. Like it was like to make jokes kind of with your flow, you know, like a real confident, cocky sound. Chip did it a little bit too, right?
Yeah, for sure. Chip was definitely like a part of all that, for sure.
And you never got into that? You were more serious, like talking about the streets?
Like cap rap was like fantasized and whatever. Like I was lying like hell on every song.
Oh,
like,
really? Okay.
Cuddy sitting on Brett Falls. Foes. I was lying. I ain't no damn Cuddy.
Yeah, so it was talking about things that you didn't have and kind of making light of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And that is like, I mean, that's an original Cleveland sound.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
people, I don't think enough people know about that.
We didn't even know what we was doing. It just was happening.
Right.
And like I remember one time, like this is a crazy story. Like even when we started Royalty, like when Royalty got started, like I was so into the streets, I wanted Royalty to be a gang. Like I was like, it was like, people don't know about Royalty, man. It wasn't just a group. It was 7 different neighborhoods. I was the only one in East Cleveland, like that brought my crew and put like St. Clair guys, Lakeview guys, the whole area, the whole Glenville area, and it was a clique. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was a camp, Royalty camp. And then after that, it just got big. It was a big following. Everybody was a part of it.
Wow.
Like, everybody from the group was from different neighborhoods.
And I really wonder, like, if you guys had, like, you know, there's people who say, like, if you guys came out today, it would have been similar to, like, a Migos type deal or something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Just because of the dynamic between you guys, the originality of the sound.
Right.
I mean, if the internet had been what it is now, like, who knows, right?
Right, because for real, something that I came down to another level was when MySpace hit first. Mm-hmm. You remember how you could put a song on, like your profile picture. Like, I'm waiting for Instagram to do that right now.
Yeah,
so
right,
like it just stayed in your ear when we just used to make everybody put it on their page, and it just went crazy.
Wow. Yeah, that's like a big part of like me coming up was listening to songs like that and just kind of seeing like, oh, those are the only people in Cleveland that are really making noise on that level, you know?
Right.
And so after that, you kind of started doing your own solo thing for a while as well? I
mean, I just stayed in the studio. Like, it just like naturally happened. Like, I just stayed recording no matter what it was. It was the time I was going through, I had like a robbery case back in the day. I was like 19. And I had just made the Vibe. Like, you remember when computers had dial-up? Mm-hmm. So I had a house arrest box that you got to put up to your computer. Mm-hmm. So it was either get on the internet or go to jail. So I had my friend running my MySpace account. One time the Vibe called, like, hey, we want this kid in the Vibe. I ain't believe it. I'm like, man, I don't care about none of that. They lying. It was too unreal, like too unreal.
Yeah.
Then it just worked out. I did the whole interview for the Vibe working at Popeyes on my lunch break.
Wow. At that moment, did you kind of feel like, okay, I got something here? Like,
no.
Still, it was just not even real to you.
Even when Al was signed, it didn't seem real because I was still like in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just had my child, my firstborn, so I was still just living regular. Like, I ain't never seen nobody make it before. Like, it was just surreal for real.
Now, when Fat Al got signed, like, and should we call him Fat Al or Al Fats?
Fat Al, that's my brother right there.
Okay.
Al Fats, we had to work our hand with that.
Okay. So, when he got signed, was it kind of like, did everybody think like, oh, this is it right here?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we was going through so much stuff with that whole thing, man. Like, it was this thing going on, like when RJ had like made the beat for the whole song. So I remember this day so crazy. Like, Al had got the deal, so we going through that's what one of the reasons it took the song to come out like a year and a half. Mm-hmm. They was going through so much business with the song. They wasn't trying to get RJ the right amount of money, what he deserved, you know what I'm saying? So that was prolonging the whole everything. So I'm like, man, it's over with. Like, RJ signed this deal, we're done. Like, back to the streets, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we stayed, just so happened, I remember one day, like, RJ wanted to quit. RJ made the most terriblest beat in the studio, and it was We Ballin'. Like, he was so pissed, and he just playing with the down. He didn't want to make a beat. I'm like, all right, give me that shit.
Dude.
Made the hook, and it was crazy.
But see, you call it terrible, but that's a classic to me, man.
Yeah, you got to keep it going, though, man. Got to keep it going.
It's crazy. Like, I don't even know if I'm sure you guys experienced it, but it's like, coming from, like, I come from a younger generation, like, right. For us, that was like a classic. Like, right. Literally, like, I remember hearing that and not even knowing. I just had, like, this attachment to it because knowing it was from Cleveland, knowing it was, like, a fresh new sound, and knowing that it was real. Like, right. it was literally from somebody who was from the same place that, like, so many of us were. So it was just, like,
right.
It felt next level,
Right. Now, I remember, just go crazy. I remember, I'm trying to get this to the next level. Like, this is so crazy. Like, so I ran into Rich P, Brian's agent. I run into him with a CD, give it to my dude Lil C, who gives the tape to Rich. I finally run into Rich, like, man, you listen to our CD? He's like, yeah, I introduced it to I-90. I said, damn, who I-90? I'm looking like, who is he? Like somebody in the game or something? Mm-hmm. He threw our shit to the freeway. Like, he wasn't trying to hear that shit.
That's crazy.
But it was crazy. The streets took us there, though. We couldn't hide from us. So it worked out.
I love that like, that really it comes down to what the people want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, a guy in a suit can help with, like, distribution and putting stuff in, like, a Sprite commercial and all this, but if there's something that, like, that's the new sound. Like, kids decided. It's just like artists like Gucci and guys like that.
Right.
People in suits would have never gave them the kind of attention that, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's cool to see that, like, somebody could just make good music and then just stand out, especially with the internet now.
Right.
You know?
Like, no song I ever picked like, you know, you in the studio, you make music all the time, you always say, like, this gonna be the one. No song I ever did that ever was the one. It was always what somebody else chose.
Yeah.
Like, I remember, like, one time I'm begging RJ to resample to make the Throw beat, the song me and Corey Bates had.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be a royalty song, too.
Really?
I'm begging RJ, like, man, please make this beat. I'm telling you, we're gonna do this. So they like, I falling out with the group, because I like to work, you know what I'm saying? I just like to work. Just so happened, I send the sample to Kick Drums. Kick Drums makes the beat. Just so time they're working with Corey. They like, man, can we work this out? Y'all do this. If y'all do it together. Did it, went crazy. I recorded that song and Rep My Hood in the same day.
Wow.
The remix, that shit was crazy.
So it's like all these, so you mentioned Kick Drums, like, you know, by the time all that stuff's going on, you're already making a name for yourself and stuff. You guys are doing shows, and
right.
there's like a Cleveland scene taking place, like a whole generation of it. You got these producers, artists, everybody, certain people are getting buzz, and what are you thinking right there? Like, are you thinking like, all right, like this is somewhere where I got to try to make a career out of this? Like, did you feel like a light was on the city, or did you feel like the city had a long way to go?
I didn't feel we had a long way to go. I feel we was really right there. It just was everybody was scared. Everybody was scared of the new sound. Like, I remember we went up to Jay-Z office. Like, people don't even know, like, we had a deal on the table as far as going to Def Jam. When Jay was there, and Jay was telling Rich, like, basically, like, to take us to a whole nother label, because he wasn't about to be there next year. So the whole song we went up there, you know, you get 3 songs to perform for the execs. We didn't perform. That's one thing I learned about being yourself. We didn't perform no song that ever popped for us in front of Jay-Z. And I'm in there arguing with the whole group, like, man, we got to go. This is all we know. How we going to let the city down by not performing the songs that blew us up?
Wow.
Them songs that we performed in front of Jay-Z never came out to this day.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Cause it's like that, and you know what? It does make sense though too. Cause during that time, like, I think the sound that you guys had, is a little bit closer to like the whole kind of like the trap wave, you know. Yeah. So it was like people weren't ready. They were still kind of on that boom bap stuff, and like expecting like kind of like more traditional, maybe lyricism or traditional, just like the. I don't know. There's a structure to it. You know what I'm saying? Like the older tracks.
Like even like when RJ was making all our sound was off Fruity Loops. Everybody was telling him like, man, that's childish. Why you making your beats off Fruity Loops?
Then look at Soulja Boy.
And the Soulja Boy blew up the same year.
Wow.
I was pissed.
Yeah. I can imagine. I mean, so how do you deal with stuff like that now? Because like you're still making music,
right?
And like when you look back at those times, you know, do you kind of feel like, oh man, I wish I could have done this differently?
One thing I could say, man, like to a lot of people don't know, we wasn't ready. Like man, we could have came out. Like I'm glad we wasn't all the way exposed to the world, honestly, because we would have thought we was ready, man. We'd probably been, the contracts was crazy. Yeah. We would have really been broke. People would have been like, oh, what happened to dude? And then just so happened like God is working out, because I make more money in life right now of music just doing independent, just putting it on the streaming sites. Yeah. And it's like all your money. Like you getting everything. Like back in the day, I think you used to get like a quarter per view just to be on 106 and Park and stuff like that. And you only get played 4 times. Now you can go $1 million in a night.
So you could have been in a rough spot just by signing the wrong contract.
For sure.
And I think that happens to a lot of people, right? Yeah. It just seems like no one has if you don't have guidance and you don't know what to do, you belong to somebody else in a way.
Right. When I've been through so many times, going through so many contracts with people, man, and the first thing I fall out with people and they say, I come with a lawyer. I be like, man, I know who I am and I know my worth. So it's all gonna happen.
Wow. When was the first time you had to like lawyer up? Like, were you still working at Popeyes when you were like?
No, not even then. Because man, it was crazy when that situation came out in the Vibe.
Yeah.
I went to jail 3 months. I was feeling myself.
Wow.
I was like, man, I'm on the top of the world. Yeah. Like, man, I'm feeling myself. So I didn't even get a chance. Like, then like the people I had, like my dude, my real talk, I didn't have a manager. All I knew was I was telling my friend, like, man, you always go to war for me in the streets. You my manager. Yeah. Just like it'd be times people call for us just for a show. You know what I'm saying? He'd answer the phone. He'd be like, he don't know what to say. I'd be like, tell him 1,500. Like, you know what I'm saying? For a verse quick, I just tell him in the background. Yeah. I just was hiring somebody to answer the phone. But like on the real time, when time was lawyer up to a situation where I was going through like EST, so that's when it was time.
When did you decide to like really walk away from like the street shit, where you were just like, nah, like I have to take music a little bit more seriously if I want to be all right in this? I
was really hard-headed, man. Like it was times when I had the hottest songs in the club but couldn't get in the club in Cleveland. Wow. And like I never like I
just from fighting and stuff, right?
Yeah, it was like a wake-up call one time. Like realistically, I'd say about like 3 or 4 years, like really when I had to really grow up. because it was like my neighborhood, like they depend on me. And like, you know, I got my young boy, dope boy, and like when me and him was in jail at the same time, we writing each other. We really wrote saying, man, we can't play no more when we get out here. If we get out of this situation, I'm fighting my case right now. I'm facing 65 years. Dope boy's on a 3-year stretch. Like, man, when I got out, we got out. We just took it serious all the way.
What's it like seeing guys like Doughboy come up, you know?
Man, that's like one of my proudest moments right there. Because it was like somebody who listened. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of us who, everybody gonna do stuff their way, but he takes the right things to listen to, like from far as even my mistakes, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, people don't know. I remember one time, like, I had caught a case so bad, everybody freaked out. Everybody was just trying to rob people just to get some money to pay for my lawyer fees.
Wow. And
it's just like, God just, you know what I'm saying, saved us for real. And that's when we really took everything serious.
So you really have a lot of people behind you that are counting on you to just kind of move forward.
Yeah, with or without rap, for sure.
Wow. That's a beautiful thing, but it's like, it's weird, right? Because it's like, I bet a lot of those people that you love and like you wanted to be there for, did you ever feel like, you know, you were still kind of stuck in certain patterns and cycles that you were trying to break, but at the same time, you got to stay tight with those people?
Yeah,
like,
for sure. So like one thing I did, like I moved out the way. That saved a lot. So like now if you really want to see me, you're going to do whatever. And I did it to move it. Like when I do go out the way, people cherish to be around you. When you do come back around the neighborhood, they cherish you there. You know what I'm saying? Instead of you seeing me every day. That's like when I tell people, like when you, as far as like when you go out to the club all the time when you got a record, well, I'm going to pay to see you when I'm going to see you every weekend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There's wisdom in that, like making your kind of like the time with you valuable. You know, it adds to like your social value in a way. Right. Not even in like a snobby way. It's just kind of a smart move to do, even for a personal like way of living, because then you can take time to yourself. Right. You know, you're separate from the crowd, and then you could come back and see if that's where you want to be anyway. Right. So moving forward into like, you know, where you're at now, do you feel as active as you were back then, or do you just kind of like make music now and then? I
know we stay recording. Like we record heavy in Atlanta too, so like we stay active. Like just everything we learned from Future. Like when we down to recording down there in the studio with him, like he record like 8 to 10 songs a day every day. So like we be down there trying to be in competition with him. Like we gonna make 5 or 8. We go check in on his room, see how many songs he made. Like, oh fuck, we gotta stay in here a little longer. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I just been stacking up, like getting ready for my new release and everything.
Nice. So when is that coming?
July 23rd, like 2 weeks. It's like my CD is based off my friend who died, like one of my closest friends. Like he was like my son basically. So I just named it after him and I'm putting it out on his birthday.
Nice. So this is this a new direction for you creatively? Like, do you normally get real personal with music?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, you know what's crazy, man? When I be I make comedy out of my life though. Like when I say some like fucked up shit on songs, it's really who I am for real. Like, I just know how to pimp it now. Yeah.
Then I think that's the right direction to go too, because I think it shows like real authenticity. Like you putting yourself on the track. Right. You know, a lot of people, they hide behind like a certain gimmick or what they think is the sound people want to hear. Right. So that's cool. Now, like, you know, you mentioned making music with or being in the studio, like seeing Future and stuff like that. Are you learning stuff from that? Like, is there what kind of things? What's it like to be down there in Atlanta where it's all going on?
Man, one thing I learned like I learned from him, because like before, like 2 years ago, like how you was just saying, like I make music every now and again. Plus I was going through a whole little thing. My friend died, like taking care of his family, my friends. It was like we went through something strong in our hood. We like lost a heart for real. Yeah. So like one thing Future told me, he was like, man, when I took it serious, when I made a song a day. He said, when I did a song a day for 365 days, my whole life changed that next year. So I try to make up for like, I at least try to do like 10 songs a week at least. Yeah. So like we just pick the best ones and frisbee whatever works.
Just run with it.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man, because it speaks to not only like work ethic, but it's also like just like you probably grow so much just by the output. You know what I'm saying? Because like you keep showing up and you keep having to get better just because you have to keep on putting out content. Right. What are some other ways you try to like push yourself, or that you've had to kind of learn how to push yourself?
You know, like really my kids, man, like they're my motivation though, for real. It's like seeing them all the time. When I make certain songs, they start dancing around the house before they come out. I'm like, oh yeah, that's gonna be one. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then just like moving differently, like really like we working on right now is like really the region for real. So like 3 hours up, 3 hours down, east and west. You know what I'm saying? Like we really working that market right now. Cause like when people don't know, man, like cats that blow, our city's just so small. So cats that blew up in like New York, California, Texas, they don't really have to leave their state to make $1 million. The market's too big. Like, and that's really what we're trying to build as far as with all the Midwest right now.
So what do you think that's gonna take? So you're saying that we gotta involve the other cities?
Yeah, like and just like everybody gotta like right now, like they doing it right now. Like I love the new kids. Like man, one thing they're doing like as far as like my guys like Q, Ruda, who else? Like it's a Doughboy, Chapo. They work together. Like you don't have to be everybody's friend either. Like that's one thing I learned in the industry. Like just because we friends don't mean we gotta do songs, but we support each other. And I feel like man, like it's working out, man. It's coming together for sure.
And I love that music and the styles that are coming from it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I love like the different crazy things that Chapo says on a song. And I love like every time you see Q Money, he's happy and dancing and like making a hit. You know, it's like there's just like an energy around that.
Right.
And I think a lot of that too, like that culture of making music that way, I think it has a lot to do with what guys like you did. You know what I'm saying? Because like anytime, I mean, you talk to these guys, I talk to them, and they say that, you know, the influence of that time, and I think it's like really headed in a good direction, like the whole scene in general.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Who are your top? I guess we'll kind of say top 5. I guess who are some of your top favorite Cleveland rappers of all time?
I'm saying me, Royalty Camp, Ray Cash. Got a Doughboy that turned up so crazy, man. Who else?
It's tough. I know it's tough.
4. I got it. One more. Man, I really love what Drama did, and you know, like I really love what Drama did for like the whole Up the Way, what he was doing for them. Like that was big. Like they needed something like that. I gotta get 2 more. A-Rod, Free Shake, man. I gotta get them in there.
Oh yeah. So wait, you mentioned Ray Cash. Like, tell me a little bit about the relationship you had with him throughout the years.
Man, Ray was the one, like when all that royalty stuff was going on, Ray was the one that kept me in the studio. I forgot about, like, he helped me a lot stay in the studio. I remember it was times like Ray would be on tour and would pay me to be his hype man just to keep me out the city. Wow. Like Ray was signed and everything's going for him. He was like showing me the game, just like he made me want this. Like I was like his hype man at like 18. Like I'm like, oh, this shit lit. I don't even want to be with my own artist.
Yeah. That's crazy. So like you were there kind of like for his whole, like when he was making his run, you kind of got to see that firsthand. Yeah,
he caught me. Like I was just popping in the streets for real, and then like just was wild, and he just like was doing anything he can to save me. Like to this day, I just got off the phone like 2 days ago. Like he's definitely a big mentor for me, and just always keep me with that same drive. Like, man, you can do something special for the city like never been done.
See, I was kind of young back then, so like what did Ray mean to the city during that time?
Man, Ray showed people it could happen. Man, we weren't used to seeing nobody like that on, this was 106 and Park. He was on 106 and Park.
Right.
I mean, when I first heard the song on the radio, I thought it was like BG. Like, man, this song crazy.
Dun, dun, dun,
yeah.
dun, 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 dun.
Then I found out, like, it was Ray. Like, damn. Then when he called me, like, I think he seen me in the club back in the day, like the Motor or something. He just checked in with me. I'm like, damn, you want me to do what? And it just worked out.
That's wild. So you're really a part of like Cleveland hip hop history in a way, but you have a whole new, from all these experiences, you got a whole new outlook that you're ready to like kind of, I imagine on the new album you're gonna go into all kinds of things and share things that you learn in a way. Yeah,
like really, like it's basically like, and it's a party on there. I got songs for everybody. Like like I just shot a video, got hoes, whatever with J.R. Saint. I got videos in the cut me and scene that I already been working on.
Nice.
I'm just loading up and just more visuals right now. Like just I'm ready to go to war. Like
so that's the focus, right?
Yeah.
What do you think younger artists need to be focused on?
Just staying consistent. Like, man, it's a new rapper every day. Like, they'll get tired of you quick. Like, that's one reason why, like, I've been staying low, because, like, I've been loading up on so much music that I right now control my whole career on my phone. If I want to put out a video, I want to put out a song, I can do it right now, just turn myself up whenever I want to. But I was putting the work in when everybody was sleeping. It's just staying consistent, man. Like, either just stay doing something, like, and then just really to take care of the streets. Like, a lot of people get too driven off the internet. And, like, I tell all the artists right now, like, stop trying to go viral. Nothing wrong with going viral, but once you go viral, you got to stay viral. You don't want to be a gimmick your whole life. You want people to take you serious as a man.
And relationships is probably a big part of that too, right?
You never know who you know. Then like I done seen so many deals go bad in Cleveland. I done seen them all. Like you be like saying the wrong thing to somebody. You never know when this man that looked out for you. Like man, relationships is everything, and just keep your thoughts to yourself. Like you know what I'm saying. Always want the best for somebody. That's just really it.
So with the what'd you say the name of the new album is?
It's called We Math.
So what do you want people to take away from this? Like at this point in your life, what do you want people to hear when they turn this on?
I want them to know, like, man, like that I could really rap for real. Like I'm talented. Like certain songs I play with on auto-tune. Like I mean, it's a fun CD, and it's like it's for everybody. Literally, like it's gonna be 12, 13 songs on there. Like they crazy.
Nice.
Like,
Any features you could talk about, or?
Man, you know what's crazy, man? I'm so much of always setting a new trend. Like I've been working on the city for about like a friend died like a year ago, for about like a year for real. You know what I'm saying? I'm always part of the future. Like I'm doing either stamping somebody or putting the bug in somebody, or like this kid on his way. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's a new wave on this CD though. Like I got Doe, Ruda, kid named Petey Stay Swiping who's on his way. Trey Pound just did a record with him last night. Britt Bands, a young chick from EC that's doing her thing. It's just the future, man. It's like my future, who I'm rocking with right now. Yeah. Like we're going to war together with this CD.
That's dope. So it's really still like community grown in a way.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Like I really focused on this sound. Like it's a producer named Pyrex right now. Like Pyrex got like about 10 songs on my CD. Nice. And like I just rocked out with him, like just going in.
So you kind of found like a sound that you really like, and you want that to be the wave in a way.
Right. And then like one thing I make Pyrex do, like we'd go through listen to my old records to see like the sound, how the 808s hit on certain songs. Like we're gonna give them that. We're gonna drop the beat on here. Like we really went all in on the city. Oh, even Slim. Shout out to Slim. Slim did my intro. So crazy. Yeah. Can't wait till y'all hear it.
So what strategy? You know, if I'm a younger artist in Cleveland, what strategy should I kind of take to get things rolling? There's probably a lot of artists like watching or listening that don't really know how to take things to the next level.
Right now, man, it's just the streets. Like you gotta take care of the streets, man. It depends on what kind of artist you is too, though. Mm-hmm. But like man, I remember one time, man, like it's like nobody put money into they like far as even just flyers and hard copies. Like, man, you gotta quit trying to work on the internet. I mean, it might work, but if you touch 10,000, you put 10,000 CDs out, that's gonna touch a lot of people. Like literally, like people don't do that no more. We should do all that, and then people wonder why I'm still a household name. And I come out with a record that's big that'll last me for a year every time.
Yeah.
Like sure. It's like, man, I never miss no big event because I always stay relevant. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, you just really gotta just touch the people, man. Let them people know you for them, for real.
Yeah, I'm noticing there's a theme. Like when I talk to artists who've been doing this for a while, and then like people who know a lot about the game, they say like people, number one, got to put money into their craft, but then also, like you were kind of touching on earlier, you have to have your friends and your community listening to the music. Right. Otherwise, it's like,
man, you gotta think, man. One record, right? You get a one-hit record, you had 15,000, 20,000 a show now. Yeah. Your whole life can change quick if you just put the work in. And then that's some reason, like it's some artists who right now I won't do certain songs with because they call for a verse or feature. I'm like, so what are you about to do with this song? They have no idea.
No plan.
No plan and nothing. So it's like, I'm gonna always give somebody my all. Mm-hmm. How you not even giving yourself your all? That feels a waste of time.
Right. So there's got to be a strategy in place. They got to have like a whole marketing plan and all that figured out.
Like I want to know. Like I mean, my words count, man. Like it was records one time. Like man, I started. I featured on somebody's song and it started a whole war in the city. I'm talking about every night we go out, they like, and the kid he just got away from the whole record. I'm like, hey, that's some shit. So yeah, I just really want to know what you're doing.
So one question I got is like, you know, with a lot of your with a lot of like your highs and lows behind you, you've went through so many things, and like you've kind of had like different times in your career where you've went on different runs. Right. Do people like give you a hard time, like kind of like with expectations or certain things? Like
every time.
How do you deal with that?
I don't pay no attention, man. Like I don't pay no attention. Like everybody got this. You supposed to go be here. You got to do this. You got to do that, man. I'm on God's time, man. When it happen, it happen. But just know when it do happen, it's on. Yeah. Like one thing, like man, one thing. I'm just when it's my time and it's like and it's gonna be like we're gonna make this happen like right now, like. Man, I'm like the guy that's gonna take the city with me. Like, I'm not gonna leave them in the dark, have them always wondering. Like, man, you gotta show. Some people work better when they just see it. Mm-hmm. Like, you can tell people a million times what to do, but till you start making moves, what I'm gonna listen to you for?
Yeah, and it seems like a lot of people don't see how much of a hand you really have inside the game. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because it's like, I'm sure that there might be kids that like. If you tell them like, oh, something about Pooh Gutta, like they might not know like how involved you are to this day, or they might not be up to date on like your current music and stuff like that. Whether it's because of age or just ignorance, whatever it may be. you know, there's people that don't know that you're still out here working with, you know, like you just mentioned, like being down in Atlanta, you know, being being with Future and Doe. It's like that's something that a lot of people don't see. Right. You know what I mean?
And like, though, we documented a lot of stuff. We about to put out a lot of stuff so they can't see that. Yeah. And that was one thing. I remember Slim came to me one time. He like, man, Pooh, you do so much. Like, he like, man, you just gotta put your face on it now. Yeah. And that's one thing we doing. Like, I remember I was just even from like CD covers when I wouldn't have like my face on it, nothing, whatever. Mm-hmm. But the thing was like that. Like, I was in the streets too, so it was like I ain't trying to make myself high. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. And like we all full throttle with this now. So and it just the whole team is everything back rolling right now.
So. Well, dude, I'm glad that you're like working. You seem like in a healthy mindset, man. Right. Like it's dope to see that like you took all those experiences and lessons and like you're still using them to like make music and grow new artists today. So that's dope, especially like for me, because like I remember listening to your music way back in the day, like just like thinking like, oh wait, like Cleveland is gonna start having artists like during this time, and it was true because you know guys like you, guys like Ray Cash, Chip, like that made a whole. It taught like a whole generation like, okay, you guys could do this too. It's not just Bone. It's like there's more to this.
And then there's something else they need to do more too here. I feel like people didn't know like we was doing shows together. For us, one thing we did have a blessing. One was at one point like far as back in the day, it was me, Chip, the whole royalty. RJ, JP all lived in the same house. So anytime we appreciated coming out, anytime we was living out at Hudson, like anytime we came out, we appreciated like, and we did shows together. Like we put all our music together, we broke records together. And like I feel so much more too though, like I feel like more DJs should do like more stuff for the city too though, for real. Because it's like back in the day, how we even spreaded our music, it was like the DJs put money into it when it was EV putting out copies of CDs, Pretty Boy Floyd, Fatty Banks, like they was putting them out in every mom and pop stores and it spread it. But now it's just like they feel like they don't got to. A tweet is good enough.
So that's kind of like the downside of the internet then,
yeah,
right?
And then like man, and another thing is like, you know, I go out a lot. Like I pen a lot of stuff. Like I could tell like when certain DJs is like, when you go to certain clubs, you know what DJ is gonna play what song. Because you know that's what we rock. I can tell you they playlist before they even play it. But it's like, the more everybody just work together, it'll work out.
The better things will be.
Right. I seen DJ Darrell turn up on the whole city when they wouldn't let him in the club.
Yeah. What was that about?
Just period. Just like, he was just a young kid, you know what I'm saying? But he had the sauce. Yeah. Somebody synced it all the time.
And that's another thing, too, about how music is today. Like, you can be 16.
Yeah.
You know? That's just, there's so much power.
I was doing events. Darrell was 13. I was paying him. He was 13 doing my events. I ain't care. This who they want. We getting it.
Yeah. The game is so young now. Yeah. You know? Dope. Well, when's the album? Say the album again, because I want people to check it out.
Mav, July 23rd, man. It's on a Monday, man. We coming out.
Thanks for doing this, man. It's an honor.
For sure, man. Appreciate you.
I'm from Cleveland.com. Pooh Gutta. Let's go.